whether RBI will deduct TDS at source?
To be honest, I don't think they will. But if you're going with the accrued way of calculation, you may end up paying tax every year.
We have to fund ourselves.
From ourselves. So even if they do TDS, say if somebody in 30% tax bracket, bank is only doing 10% TDS, remaining 20% we have to pay. So I mean, just like a cumulative FD, we are paying, full taxation. Same with here. Even though TDS is not there, you will end up. So actually, the government is intelligent. They are getting the money locked in for 10 years. They don't have to pay anything for 10 years, no interest, nothing, and you end up paying taxation on that money without getting interest. So it's very intelligent because they don't want to give money over the next 10 years because they are actually trying to come up with a scheme where they can get money for themselves without having to do anything for the next 10 years. Then some other government will have to pay it, all the things.
This indexation, is it financial year or calendar year?
Financial year.
The tax-free bonds for 10 years, and earlier a lot of corporate bonds were issued for also with similar tenure or long-term tenures. Most of these bonds were oversubscribed, indicating at least prima facie that they were very popular with the investing people.
Okay.
And yet you find that in the secondary market, the liquidity is rather low, even when only 1 or 2 or 3 years are left for maturity. Why is that?
Oh, that's because the government does not popularize the debt market at all. That's a completely different story. The equity market itself has now become less and less popular. The debt market has always been neglected.
Yes.
It's been partly with RBI, then it's been partly with corporate part was with SEBI, but the bureaucrats who are running each of these regulatory organizations are unaware of what it takes to create a deep and liquid market. You need a lot of participation from different kinds of players.
The broking community.
Yeah, broking community, international community. For instance, now after Raghuram Rajan came, he has been trying to say that India can get a lot of money if Indian bonds are included in global bond indices. That is a basic thing that India has never even tried to do that. The moment Indian bonds are included or Indian corporate bonds are included, there are different kinds. The bond market is 20 times bigger than the equity market. Okay, and there are players like JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, the Goldman Sachs. These are big players. So you need to go and talk to them in high yield bond ETF. So if an Indian bond is included, or if they are encouraged to place more and create more ETFs like this, a lot of money through institutional investors will come in. That's one part, that's a foreign part. But anyway, some thinking is needed, which has never happened.
And if it is like capital loss, somebody will not sell it. So somebody will say, okay, I'm in capital loss, why would I sell it? Unless he's in capital gain and he wants to close in that deal. So they will just wait, get the coupon every year, just like a passive investor who's like a FD is there.
Bonds are 10%, or they were issued in 2007, 2006. At the time of interest rates which were higher, so theoretically their market price should be higher than par.
Mm-hmm.
Yet liquidity is very low.
Because people is happy getting their coupons every year, right? They want.
If I may ask one more question.
Sure.
In this GSEC, is there any minimum amount that has to be invested by an individual? Because GSECs have been only recently opened to individual investors.
I think IDBI has only about 10,000. If you start with 10,000, IDBI will open the account and they will be able to place an order for you and give you a buying of whatever maturity GSEC you want to buy.
Okay. The other thing you mentioned, annuity. The yield is about 7%, but it's taxable. So it's if you are in a taxable bracket, it's very, very low indeed.
Very, very low. Yeah, that's true. But they are taking the risk of longevity and interest rates in the market. So somebody age 21 locking for 60 years, it's like product.
But they are also locking in their money in a long-term bond also.
Yeah,
so they also know that
at 21, no.
So 6%, 7% is too low. We fully agree because it includes the costs of. And anyway, there is only one player essentially, which is LIC.
No, right now I think opened up.
They
made it compulsory.
Nobody else. That's 4%.
Also, these are based on ancient actuarial tables. They've not revised it with the new actuarial life expectancy.
Like FDs are not very secure in cooperative banks.
Yes.
So, I mean, you think there could be any danger to our money?
Every few months, some cooperative bank is going bust, Recently, Rupee Cooperative Bank in Pune has gone bust. Somebody now, I think Allahabad Bank has been encouraged to take it over or something. Every few months, cooperative banks, especially in Maharashtra and other states also, are controlled by our politicians.
Yep.
There's no. There are these large cooperative banks like. Those are a different category. Shamrao Vittal and Saraswat are good. Yeah, some of them they're good, but essentially there is the regulatory structure is weak. So go back to my first quote. For an extra 2% or 1% or 0.25%, I don't think there is any point. There's so many new options have now opened up.
Since FMPs are issued for maybe 10 days, is the return predictable? Because after those 10 days, they will be investing and it is known what kind of investment opportunities for the funds are available. So the return should be, they may not be committing to the return, but it should be predictable.
But there's a huge variation in returns which I showed you.
No, that is in operation.
No, before.
Let us say they are
No, the FMPs know where to invest before raising the money.
exactly.
So even then there is a variation in return. So it is opaque. You don't know where they're going to put your money. So if you don't know that, then obviously the risk level goes up significantly.
Whoever people are sitting here, I think more than 50% will have senior citizen plan. Now they are paying, say it was to help the senior citizen at that time, when it started in Bajpayee's time. Now they are not returning. Even I was ready to accept the paid up. They told that initially some policies we have given which can be return amount. But now your policy falls in the category something they told. Money
product
cannot be
what-
returned.
what
Only
product-
on your death you will
What product you are talking about?
senior citizen plan.
Which
Senior
plan?
citizen plan of LIC. No, there's-
LIC
Is it
of
annuity?
India, yeah.
Annuity.
It was started by the government to help the senior citizen when banking rate were gone down to 7% or 8%.
the-
At 9% they are giving the interest every quarterly. But no money return
that-
for your
LIC,
lifetime.
That is bank senior citizen 3-year lock-in.
No, it's not LIC.
It is LIC. It is LIC. LIC, through LIC government has given.
Annuity plan. Then they won't give the corpus until death. No,
It is not annuity.
not annuity.
Say, you don't know
Why
about
don't you
it?
send a document so we look at it?
It is a policy which gives you quarterly interest.
Okay, but we need to see what exact policy because I mean,
See, LIC has hundreds of policies. If you email it to us or write down in your feedback form, we'll take it up.